Galera do Adrena, chegou a hora aqui do stand da Microsoft. A gente vai conversar com o produtor do Gears of War. O nome dele é um pouquinho difícil de pronunciar, eu vou tentar, espero não errar. É Chuck Osieja, is that right?
Perfect.
Então ele é produtor do Gears of War 4. Vamos tentar descobrir algumas informações exclusivas sobre o próximo game da franquia da Microsoft. So Chuck, let me tell you, first of all, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity of talking to you. That's a very important thing for us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit more of Gears of War 4. I mean, there's now Marcus Fenix is back, and also his son is here to play.
Right.
So how is their relationship going to develop through the game?
Well, that's part of what you have to play through the campaign. So Gears of War 4 is a brand new saga in the Gears of War story. It takes place 25 years after the events of Gears of War 3. So you've got two things that are going on here. One is you've got JD Fenix, the son of Marcus Fenix, and his friends Kate and Dell, who have never fought in a war before. They've never had battle. They've had 25 years apiece, and they're dealing with discovering a new threat, the Swarm, for the very first time. On the other side, you got Marcus, who is the greatest hero in Terran history. He's a soldier without a war for 25 years. So you've got this interesting relationship between JD and Marcus, and how that develops over time, because they have a strained relationship. And now Marcus, who was in the first games trying to save his father, is now a father trying to save his son. So we sort of flipped the script a little bit, and I think it's going to be really fun for players to play through with JD, Dell, and Kate and discover the Swarm for the very first time, because it's never been done in a Gears of War game before.
So it's been like 10 years since Gears of War has released for the first time.
Right.
So it has a lot of fans. The whole worldwide liked it very much. And what do the fans can expect from the new game?
Well, they can expect a whole lot of new stuff. So first of all, they can expect something that feels familiar. It's going to feel like Gears, and that was really important for us to make a game that when players who had played Gears before picked it up, it felt comfortable in their hands. So that's where it starts. And then you get all kinds of new stuff on top of that, with the new characters, the new story, the new horde mode, the new competitive mode, and the ranking system in versus play. Plus you have the wind flares in the campaign. I could go on and on and on. There's so much new that I think fans are going to have a really good time exploring everything that's available for them in the game.
You just said something about the horde mode 3.0, is that right?
Yeah.
So what exactly are the new thing about it? I mean the 3.0 feature.
Well, there's a couple of things that are new, and one of them is, if you played Horde in Gears of War 3, it was sort of a tower defense game where there were defenses set up around the world and you could turn them on and off if you spent enough money. We've changed that now. We've given you a fabricator, which is an object that you can carry around the world with you. When you set it down, it opens up and it has a whole menu of items that you can build. So now you can build defenses and place them anywhere in the world that you want. Horde 3.0 is really about you playing the game the way you want to play. And that extends beyond just the defenses, but to the players as well. So now there are 5 classes you can play as in the game. You can play as a sniper, a scout, a soldier, an engineer, or a heavy. And what that means is that those players have certain abilities that come in the cards that you can collect when you play the game that can enhance the way that you like to play. So for me, I like to play as a heavy. I like to get on the turret. I like to rain hell down on the Swarm when they're coming down towards the base.
So you're kind of hardcore gamer.
I am. So for me, what I do is I bring cards with me that give me abilities related to the turret. So I bring something that gives me more damage on the turret, or gives me more ammo in the turret, or gives it a lower cost. So I actually get buffs that enhance the way that I like to play. And that's the idea behind Horde 3.0, is that we want you to have the experience that you want to have, and we're going to reward you for playing the way you like to play.
And I remember playing, I guess, here at BGS with the engineer class, I guess. Yeah. And then I had the chance to rebuild the things, and then plant some things on the floor. So besides that, despite that, what are the new things about the multiplayer itself? The competitive part.
Well, the competitive part is really focused on really balancing competitive play. So we've done a couple of things. Microsoft a few years ago invented something called TrueSkill, which is a matchmaking system. It was developed by Microsoft Research, and we've been working with them over the last year to enhance that system and make it even better. So we've got a new version of TrueSkill that's coming, so that when you play with people, we have a ranking system that puts you in with people of a similar skill level, which makes multiplayer so much more fun, because now you're not playing with minnows and sharks, you're playing with minnows and sharks and sharks. So the competition is really even, and it's much more balanced, and it makes it more fun for everybody. And then on top of that, we have all of our maps are symmetrical for multiplayer, so it's really balanced, so it's even on both sides. You don't get a disadvantage for playing at one spawn versus another. And then the other emphasis is on esports this year. So we just announced that we have a partnership with MLG and Gfinity, and we'll be launching the next Gears of War esports series starting in November. And that means that we'll have a $1 million prize pool and events all around the world that players can compete in, and they can qualify online and then go to the events and win a bunch of cash.
All right, so after talking to you, this great conversation, but before we say goodbye, would you like to say anything to the Brazilian public?
Of course, all I hear about when I'm down here is how much Brazil loves Gears of War. And as I walk around the floor at BGS, it's amazing how many people are lined up to play Horde mode and to play the campaign mode. So I am so happy to be at BGS and so happy to meet the Brazilian fans for the first time because they are as passionate as any Gears fans. It's a blast.
All right, thank you so very much for that. Thank you.
All right.
Galera do Adrenaline, até o final dessa semana, no dia 5 de setembro, tem mais vídeos aqui no nosso canal. Não se esqueça de assinar, deixar aquele like e também compartilhar os nossos conteúdos. Aquele abraço e tchau! Direto da Brasil Game Show 2016, eu estou aqui agora no stand da Electronic Arts. Também tem o Warner, também tem Capcom por aqui, mas chegou a vez de conversar um pouquinho com o João Barão. Ele é produtor do FIFA 17. Eu vou tentar pegar umas informações mais gerais da nova edição da franquia da Electronic Arts. Eu sei que uma das grandes atrações agora do FIFA 17 é o modo história do game. O que você pode adiantar pra gente desse novo modo?
O modo história é um modo que é focado na narrativa e basicamente vai dar a oportunidade aos fãs do FIFA de viverem a vida de um jogador profissional, não só dentro do campo, mas agora também fora do campo.